The Google Antigravity browser extension and browser control feature are honestly among the most impressive features of the Antigravity IDE. I've been playing around with Antigravity for the past month and I haven't began to scratch the surface. So in this video, I want to touch on this particular feature and some of its capabilities. And again, one of the reasons that Antigravity is now my go-to IDE. Let's get into it. The anti-gravity browser extension extends the AI agent's capabilities beyond just the code editor. It gives the agents the ability to see and interact with the web directly. Unlike other AI coding tools, this creates a closed feedback loop. So write code, launch it, test it, verify it all works, all autonomously. The extension runs in a separate Chrome profile for security. So no access to your main browser's cookies, history, or account data. So if you don't want any issues, do not install this extension into your personal Chrome profile. So what can the browser actually do? Number one, navigation and interaction. It clicks buttons, fills forms, scrolls pages, types text. It also navigates between pages just like a human would. Number two is reading and understanding pages. So, DOM capture, it reads the HTML structure of the page. Screenshot capture at not only key testing points for documentation and playback, but also upon request. So, if you tell it to visit a list of sites, take a screenshot of the homepage, and embed them into your web application with specific anchor text, it will. It also handles console log reading, so it catches JavaScript errors automatically and markdown parsing for context extraction. Number three is reading and documentation. Now, as I mentioned, it records entire browser sessions as video artifacts. It captures screenshots that become reviewable artifacts. It creates walkthroughs that document what was just tested. So essentially, you have an AI that doesn't just write the code, but it can actually use and test the application it's just built, just like a real user would. So, what are some of the practical use cases of these impressive features? Well, I can show you better than I can tell you. Use case number one, automated UI testing. You can simply prompt it to test the contact form, check empty field validation, invalid emails, and successful submission. The agent opens up the app, runs through each test scenario, and captures evidence. Use case number two, build, launch, verify workflow. The agent writes a feature, it spins up a local server via the terminal, opens the browser, clicks through to verify that it works, and documents everything, all without you touching anything. Use case number three, web scraping and data extraction. It visits websites, extracts information, performs actions, returns data, and this is great for research tasks or pulling documentation. And I use this feature every single day. Another thing I've noticed is that from time to time it will run into a captcha, and what it does is it finds its own way around it without you needing to tell it to do so. Use case number four is visual regression detection. Compare screenshots across code changes and automatically catch CSS bugs and layout issues. And use case number five is bug reproduction. So the agent follows specific steps to reproduce the reported bugs, and then it captures evidence along the way and reports that back to you. So, why is this a game changer? And is this actually a game changer or is this just new AI hype? Well, here are some key differentiators. Number one is proof of work. The agent doesn't just say, hey, I've built this like some of its competitors. It actually shows you a recording of it working. Number two is true end to end autonomy. Other tools stop at code generation, but anti gravity goes plan, code, run, test, verify, and document. Number three is artifact based communication. So instead of chat logs, you get task lists, implementation plans, screenshots, and again, browser recordings as deliverables. This is a plus in any project, whether you're working solo or handing this off to a team. Number four is comment based iteration. See something wrong in a screenshot, add a comment like change the blue theme to orange, and the agent makes changes, re verifies, and updates the walkthrough. Now, the key thing to point out here is the security of this browser control feature, because this is probably a concern for many people. But it runs in a separate Chrome profile, again, isolated from your personal browser. So do not install the Chrome extension in your personal browser. Again, do not install the Chrome extension in your personal browser. When you set up your Anti-Gravity IDE, as it comes to that feature, it's going to give you that option to download the Anti-Gravity browser extension, and then it's going to install it in the browser that it uses. Another security feature is the browser allow list feature. So you control which domains the agent can access. Another feature is its permission system. So the agent asks you before performing any sensitive actions. And again, you can decline or accept. And you can also set autonomy levels. So agent driven, agent assistant, or review driven. So you have full control over what it's doing with this browser feature. So that's the browser control feature in Anti-Gravity. For me, this is what sets it apart from some of the other tools like Cursor, Windsurf, Trait AI, and the rest. The fact that the AI can actually verify its own work in a real browser. If you haven't tried Anti-Gravity yet, it's free. I don't know how long it's this free for, but let me know in the comments what feature you'd like me to cover next. And if you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe for more deep dives, and I'll see you on the next one.